Hi guys, and welcome back here to Drone Emotion, a channel where we do drone videos and where we cover the most recent and most relevant drone news. Today my friends, we're back here once again with a brand new video and with a very requested one by all of you, and that is because in today's video we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, and that is the following. Should you wait for the release of the DJI Mini 3? Or should you go ahead and just buy a DJI Mini 2 right now? Well, in today's video we're going to be talking about what decision you should choose and based on what's your current situation, and in addition to that we're going to be talking about the latest leaks and rumors that we have as of today regarding the DJI Mini 3 and also release date, because that is the very important factor when deciding which drone to buy. So today's video is going to be one which you are not going to want to miss out on. But before we get started with today's video, if you're new to the channel, welcome here, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because in this channel we will always be the first ones to bring the most recent drone news no matter what. So if you want to keep up to date with the latest updates on any upcoming DJI products such as the Mini 3, the Mavic 3, or any other future product, well guys, this is the place to come for that. And also we're currently in the road to 10,000 subscribers. So if you're watching today's video, you're not subscribed to the channel yet, well, I invite you to go ahead and join the Drone Emotion family so you can help us get to our goal, which we're really not that far away from guys anymore. So with that being said, why don't we just go ahead and dive right into today's video, which is going to be a quite exciting one. Well, the DJI Mini 3 is a drone that we have been waiting for quite a while now, and it's definitely a very long awaited one because a lot of people are very excited and eager to see what this new mini drone from DJI is going to have. But they currently have a kind of a problem, an issue, and that is because they're looking to get a drone. They're thinking, most people right now, as far as I'm concerned, and from all of the comments that I have received here in the past few weeks, well, I see that a lot of you guys are interested in buying the DJI Mini 2, but you're confused because you don't know if you should buy the DJI Mini 2 or just wait probably a couple months, 2 or 3 months, for the release of the DJI Mini 3. Well, first of all, we need to talk about previous DJI Mini schedule releases that we've seen in the past few years, because that is very important when determining when is it that the new generation is going to be coming out. Now, it will not always be 100% precise, but in most cases it will be pretty close to what we can expect. So first of all, the DJI Mavic Mini was the first mini drone by DJI. It was first introduced on the 30th of November of 2019. That was the first mini drone released by DJI, and without a doubt it changed the way we looked at drones, and that was because it weighed under 249 grams, which nowadays it is something extremely important, especially because all of the regulations are getting more strict. So I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen the Mavic Mini, but in case you haven't, well, here's the original Mavic Mini. So that was the original Mavic Mini released back in 2019, and then a year later, exactly a year later, on the 4th of November of 2020, we saw the release of the DJI Mini 2 right here on screen, guys. So that was the DJI Mini 2, which was launched basically less than a year ago, and without a doubt it improved on all of the aspects that the DJI Mini 2 was lacking, particularly the camera. That was its biggest improvement. On the original Mavic Mini we had a 2.7K resolution, and now on the Mavic Mini 2 we have a 4K 30 frames per second resolution. Now the image quality and size stayed the same at 12 megapixel. We did saw a big increase in signal and the transmission. We went from a Wi-Fi onto an aux-Sync 2.0 transmission, but there were still a couple things missing from this Mini 2, with one of those being sensors. A lot of people were waiting to see sensors on the Mini 2, but we did not saw it, and now people are waiting for it on the Mini 3. Also, we did not saw active track, something very important for people across the world, and definitely that was something that DJI did not deliver, and it did disappoint a little bit. But aside from that, I think it is the Mini 2 is a very complete drone. Now, for all those people out there wanting to get a drone, should you get the Mini 2? Well, that's going to be exactly what we're going to be talking about. So, with those previous DJI releases, well, that technically means that this year we should be seeing another mini drone from DJI, which will technically be called the Mini 3, right? Well, if we look at previous patterns, yes, but I'm a little worried, and that is because, let's face it guys, till today, mid-August, late August, we basically have had no real leaks regarding the Mini 3. We've had a couple things here and there, but nothing has been real. They have been fake stuff that has turned out to not be legit. So what's going on? Will we see the release of the Mini 3? Well, if we see the calendar from DJI from previous years, well, everything will dictate that yes, in fact, we should be seeing a Mini 3 this year sometime at the end of October or early November. But the fact that we have not seen anything yet is kind of a little bit of a red flag, but don't get too worried guys, because when the original Mini 2 was leaked, well, that happened about a month and a half, 2 months before the actual release. So that means probably mid-September and very early October at the latest should be when we should start to see the first leaks if the Mini 3 is to happen this year. Now, this does not mean that the Mini 3 is going to be happening 100%. We do not have confirmation, unfortunately, but everything technically right now will dictate that we should be seeing a Mini 3. Now, the question you're all here for, should you wait for the Mini 3 or buy the Mini 2? Well, it all depends on your current situation. So, if you currently have a drone, I don't know, maybe a Spark, you maybe have the original Mavic Mini, maybe the original Mavic Air, and you're thinking to upgrade to the DJI Mavic Mini 2. Well, if that's the case, what I would recommend you is, if you don't need the drone ASAP, I mean as fast as possible, then I think waiting probably a month or 2 months will not hurt you that much. You can see if they release something. If not, you have your drone, and then you can go ahead and buy the Mini 2, no problem. Now, if you do not currently have a drone, that's a completely different scenario. So let's say you don't have anything and you're looking to get a brand new drone and you want to enjoy it in the upcoming days. Well guys, I think that the best option for that is to just go ahead and buy the Mini 2. And that is because if you keep waiting for the Mini 3 and it actually doesn't end up happening, you're going to be getting pretty frustrated and disappointed. That happened to me probably a year and a half ago when I bought the Mavic Air 2. I thought it was going to be coming out in January, and I sold my drone, the original, my Spark, I sold it on December thinking that it was going to be released in January. It did not happen. Then I thought February, well, it didn't happen. Then May, I think it got released back in April of 2020, so I had to wait probably 6 months, and in that time I had no drone to fly. And I think it's just better to get something right now, enjoy it, and whenever a new drone comes out, well, you can sell it, probably take a little bit of a hit, but nothing too heavy, and then you can move on to something else. But I think that the most important thing is that if you don't have a drone, I think that the best decision will be to get the Mini 2. It's an excellent drone. The specs that it has, I mean, they're extraordinary, and even when compared with the Hobson Sino Mini Pro, which technically on paper has some great specs, we've now seen that it has not delivered everything that Hobson promised. They are saying that all of the rest of the stuff is coming with firmware upgrades. We're gonna have to wait and see, but let's face it, the DJI Mini 2 quality is superb. At this moment in time, there's definitely no drone out there that can beat the quality of a DJI Mini 2. That's just the truth, guys. So a lot of people were thinking that with the release of the Sino Mini Pro, that was going to force DJI to release a Mini 3. I think if DJI does not release the Mini 3, I think the Mini 2 will still sell great, as the Sino Mini Pro, in my opinion, is not some extremely serious competition for DJI. I mean, the quality, from the build quality to the video quality to everything else, it's nowhere close to a DJI product, guys. That is just the truth. I would have liked for Hobson to have done an incredible job, but unfortunately it looks like they they tried, but they did not succeeded 100% on their project. Now we're gonna have to wait and see for the Sino Mini SE, which is launching here in probably a month. That is when it should be shipping out, so we're gonna have to wait and see for that. But those are my thoughts on whether you should wait for the Mini 3 or buy the Mini 2. I hope that helped you guys a little bit. If you're still hesitant or have any questions, well, don't worry, leave them down in the comment section down below. I will go ahead and answer all the questions that you have. Don't need to worry about that, guys. So that has been today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and as soon as we have any more new info on the Mini 3, don't worry, you will have it here first. This is Drone Emotion, signing out.